If you give in to pleasure, you become a donkey. Let me tell you what this is about. So if you have watched the movie Pinocchio, you know that he goes to an island called Pleasure Island with a bunch of other kids. On this Pleasure Island, it's a big place where people go and they do everything they're not supposed to be doing at school. So breaking all the rules, being rebels, drinking root beer, fighting, destroying things, just breaking all the rules. So it's an island where you can do anything without any restrictions and just being a total rebel, which most of the youth are. And people go there because they think they're gonna be free and do whatever they want. But instead, they understand that if you seek cheap pleasure, you become a donkey and get literally sold off to the slave mines. That's what happens in this child movie. So it shows a lesson for life. So if you seek just pleasure and gratification in the short term, what will happen is that you get sold off to a 9 to 5, what happens to most people today, because they didn't hustle. So remember this. If you don't go to school, get educated, or work hard in a certain degree, what will happen is that you will get sold off to pay off your debt. Pay off! Because nothing is free in life. But yeah, you can be a half donkey, like Pinocchio became, and then he understood I have to flee this shit. I'm a half donkey. His consciousness told him, you need to get away, Pinocchio. And he managed to escape, and he didn't turn into a full donkey. So if you haven't turned into a full donkey, you have a chance to escape. But if you turn into a full donkey, you fall into the pleasures such as alcohol, partying way too much, and hookups, you will turn into a donkey forever and literally be a slave for the rest of your life. Because the addictions and the gratification of short-term pleasure is very addictive. But if you still see the light, like Plato's cave, you still see that there is freedom and you can free yourself by, for example, investing and not going into short-term gratification. Instead, save for the long term, because financial freedom will set you free. Or high-value skills that you would have gotten if you focused on educating. So for us, for us that didn't focus in school and partied way too much, yes, you wasted those years. But the only thing you can do is live in the present moment and look forward, okay? Invest. Build your skill sets now. It's not too late. It's never. You can actually do this when you're 60. So if you still have the right thoughts, stop drinking. Stop hookups. Stop watching porn. Stop all of this Pleasure Island activities. Instead, change your mindset, read books, learn skill sets, become valuable that you should have done in school, but now you didn't do it. So now you have to do it later instead and become free. That's your duty right now, to not be a donkey and not be a slave for the rest of your life. Do this. Avoid too much short-term pleasure. Do not become a donkey and set yourself free. Talk soon.